Today, I'm going to show you how to make thumbnails with a Photoshop template that's going to save you time and help you create more awesome thumbnails that people are going to click on. Do you want to create thumbnails that everyone wants to click on so you get more views on your videos? Then today's video is for you. We're going to show you how you can use my very own Photoshop template to create thumbnails quickly and easily that people will click on so you get more views on your videos. Don't forget to watch this video to the end where I show you where you can get a copy of my Photoshop template. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. For now, let's get right into it. To get started in Photoshop, the first thing we want to do is make sure that the template is the correct dimensions for a YouTube thumbnail. So the width needs to be 1280 pixels by 720, and we're going to do a resolution of 300 pixels per inch. Once you've got that, click OK, and this is what your blank canvas should look like that we're going to get started with. The first thing we want to do is take a selfie or a nice picture of yourself in the setting that you're doing your video with. I don't enjoy it when people go and take different pictures and use that as their thumbnail. It's nicer if it's in the setting that you're going to do the video so the viewer feels like there's a bit of continuity from clicking on your thumbnail to seeing the picture of you. Let's open up a picture of yourself and import your image. Now this is going to come in as a second Photoshop element. So what we're going to do is select the rectangle selector. We're going to select the entire image and hit Command C or Control C on your computer, and then Command V or Control V. Now go ahead and resize this image so that it fits within our YouTube thumbnail dimensions. This might take you a few goes if you have a high resolution camera taking the image. But what we want to do is we want to get the width to fit, and we will adjust the height by cropping where we need to, and put yourself rather in the center of the image or on one of the rule of thirds. Okay, so let's add some text. Now I like to add each word differently so I can make it as big as possible. So the first word is going to be free. Now remember, you don't want to type out the entire title of your video. You just want the important keywords that you think people are most likely to search and is most likely to catch their eye. The main keyword we're showing here is thumbnail, and the secondary keyword is free, to let people know that they don't need to pay for it. Reposition your thumbnails and let's scale them to make them as large as possible without covering up too much of your image. So we've got thumbnail at the bottom, and we're going to put free on the top left and scale this up to be a lot bigger. You can move these headings around until you're happy with exactly where they are within your image. We're going to add one more keyword, which is going to be custom, to show people that they are making their own custom thumbnails. But this isn't the most important keyword, so we're going to make it a bit smaller than the other text to show that it's less important than the thumbnail and the free. To make your text stand out and easy to read, let's put a background behind the text. So we're going to select this rectangle tool and put a shape behind the text as a background to make it stand out. So let's change that color to black, and we're going to remove the border. So it's 1 pixel at the moment. Just move that down to 0 so we don't have a border. It's going to be a plain color on the background there, and then just drag the layer so that it's behind the text. You can see it makes that free stand out really nicely from the background. Then we're going to duplicate our shape, our rectangle shape, twice so that we have a copy for custom and a copy for thumbnail. So just move that text out the way so you can grab the duplication and put it behind custom, and then make that third duplication so that we've got one for the thumbnail at the bottom. Once you've got all three shape layers for your text, you can arrange the text so that it sits quite nicely on the background and resize the shapes for the different size text. So the custom, we're going to make a tiny bit smaller. So you just want small edges on each side. And if you're battling with your mouse, it's a lot easier to make the small adjustments with your keyboard. So your up and down and left and right arrows make nice small adjustments. So make the bigger ones with your mouse, and then you can use your keyboard to make those minor adjustments. The other change you can make is you can change the opacity of the background if you don't want it to punch out too much. I like it quite dark, but if you want a tiny bit of the background to show through, you can go to 80-85% is a nice opacity to have it at, so that you see a bit of the background through the dark color that we've got. Now we're going to add in two elements, one for YouTube and the other for Photoshop. So those are going to be logos, and this just helps people identify with exactly what the video is about. So our video is about YouTube thumbnails and using Photoshop. So the two logos that we're going to add in is our YouTube logo. And it's quite nice to use big brands like this because people identify with them straight away. So they'll see this logo and know straight away that it's YouTube because everyone is used to this logo. Same thing with the Photoshop logo. People identify with Adobe and Photoshop, and they will know straight away what my video is about, and it makes them more likely to click on the video. So let's add that second element, the Photoshop logo. As you can see, it's nice and prominent and everyone knows exactly what it's about. So we're going to copy that and paste it into our image, resize it so it's a bit smaller. You'll see it's really starting to take shape now that we have the YouTube and the Photoshop logo with our nice big bold text there. So you can resize it and shape it exactly like you want to fit in. The last thing we're going to do for these logos, just to make them pop, is to add some blending options. So if you head onto your layers on the right hand side and you right click on that layer, we're going to start with our Photoshop layer. So select that and right click and go blending options, and we're going to select outer glow. And once you've selected the tick box, click on outer glow and it'll take you through to where you can adjust the settings for the outer glow. So you can increase the size of the glow. We don't want to make it too big and bold, but we just want it to give a bit of punch so that logo stands off and away from the background. Click OK once you're happy. Let's add a tiny bit to YouTube. We're going to drag the layer above the Photoshop layer so that the glow doesn't go above the YouTube logo. Let's go and add outer glow to our YouTube. Click on the outer glow tab, and we're going to add a very similar size glow, maybe a tiny bit smaller than the Photoshop, and then click OK. And you can see that outer glow just makes it pop really nicely and makes it stand out. Now you can make some finer small adjustments. We're just going to move this custom over a tiny bit and adjust the shape layer so it goes back behind our moved custom text. Let's make our picture a bit bigger. We're quite small in the background here, so we're going to scale it up and make our face a bit bigger so that you can see and identify with our brand. Now this is going to depend exactly on the photograph that you've taken. We've centered this photograph so that we can put text on the left and right. But another option that you can do is you can off-center your profile photo so that it's either on the left or the right within the rule of thirds, so that you can put more text next to your profile picture. That looks a lot better scaled up, and we've moved the logos out to the side. Now all we need to do is export our custom thumbnail. So we're going to export it as a JPEG image. This is the file that you're going to use to upload to your YouTube video as the thumbnail. Save it as the name that you would like to save it, and make sure the extension is .jpeg. The last thing you want to do is save this as a PSD file, which is a Photoshop file that you can use as the template for all future custom thumbnails. So just go File, Save As, and we're going to rename the file, but make sure it is a .psd file. I'm going to save a copy of this template for you, and I'll put a link to it in the description below so that you can take this template and make it your own. It's going to help you save a lot of time creating your thumbnails. If you work off this template, you're just going to have to make finer adjustments by adding your picture in and changing the text and resizing the text to suit the thumbnail that you want. Once you've used this template to create a cool thumbnail, leave us a comment below with a link to your new thumbnail. I'm really interested to see what you guys make and how you use this thumbnail to create epic thumbnails for your very own YouTube videos. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick tutorial. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget the 3 most important things that we spoke about. Have a picture of yourself. Make sure the text is big and bold. And make sure it's an enticing thumbnail so people want to click on it. If your thumbnail's not eye-catching, you're never going to get that click-through rate up, and YouTube is not going to increase your ranking in the organic search. Putting a bit of time and effort into creating a good thumbnail is the best thing that you can do for your YouTube videos. So don't put it off, and make sure you spend the time necessary to make awesome thumbnails. To get a copy of this Photoshop template, click the link down in the description and we'll send you a download link. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos on how to start your online business with video. We'll see you in the next one.